What solutions journalism does is encourage journalists to report on how people are responding to social problems in such a way that it generates more knowledge for society. When this is done well, these stories tend to cover issues more accurately, providing both a view of the responses and the problems, so you can see the full range of activity. They tend to engage people more because people have more of a sense of efficacy around them. They have ideas of what can be done about these problems. These stories spread knowledge about ideas that are in place, that are at work in one place of a country or a city, but could perhaps be implemented in other places. And they also increase accountability because they show what's possible, and therefore they show that low performance is illegitimate. Oftentimes, people hide behind excuses. Public officials, they blame the victims or so forth. Solutions journalism stories often show what you should be aiming for, what your success level could be, and therefore they increase the pressure on officials or on people running institutions to do better. So how do you do this and when do you do it? These are the questions that we explore in the Learning Lab. You know, the question of when to do solutions journalism really hinges around what's missing from the public conversation. You know, is it awareness? Is it a lack of outrage? Or is there a lack of a sense of what can be done around a problem? When too many people are aware of a problem but they don't have a sense of what can be done, it leads them to opt out. It leads them to tune out. It's not good for democracy. That's a great opportunity for journalists to go and find and see if some of these responses are available but are underreported. And these are the things that we get into in the Learning Lab. How do you actually find these stories? How do you use data and evidence to substantiate claims? How do you know when studies are well conducted? We also look at how do you construct narratives around these stories so that they're compelling and they generate curiosity and don't come off as sort of feel-good, fluffy stories, but come off as serious stories, but still quite entertaining stories. And we look at how news organizations can do engagement around solutions journalism stories or series to really bring in the public into the conversation so that the stories often trigger impact in the community where people are discussing new ways of approaching their community's problems. The Learning Lab is a new resource, it's a growing resource, and it's a resource that we hope will be built by the contributions of journalists from around the world. So we welcome you to share your knowledge and your experience with your reporting, and we are hoping over time that we'll be able to build this into a very collaborative resource that highlights creative thinking and creative reporting from around the world.